Yeah, one more point. They sometimes left one shoulder to help secure the head into the shaft easier. Now this obviously was a type of lance head, not an arrowhead. I'll give it back to the... We'll put it right back in here. It will stay for another millennium. Was there anything down here? One small little arrowhead. And another one. Okay. Okay. That might be another point, I don't know. Another arrowhead. Whoa, there's one. That's beautiful. Yeah, I'd say that was another, this was used as a cutting tool. Well, for processing fish or meat, etc. Well, what's this? That could be a break off. Rock can fracture in rectangular shape. Okay. Okay, now where was I going? Somewhere over there. see if there's any more of the falsum points. God, I hope there is. That would be sweet. Well, at least I can say I found my first ulu. Oh, lovely. An Injun bird. What the heck was this? I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. It looks like it was worked, but what were they turning it into? Oh well. Get it back to the beach. Okay, I better get on the other side of this. And do so safely without falling on my butt. Okay. Okay. Oh my Lord. That is a nice point. Yes, indeed. It is a really nice point. Arrowhead. Well, sometimes I wonder. Their lives must have been very, very interesting. Much more simple than for us, for our lives here today, but probably far more complicated because of their religion and stuff. Yes. They were so religious that pregnant woman who just had a baby wasn't allowed to walk behind. Yes, a pregnant woman who, when she had her baby, she was not allowed to walk behind male members of the family because it would bring them bad luck in the hunt, or they had crazy things like that. Some kind of a point. I don't know. Huh. Okay, this would have been used as a... It probably had an edge one time. It might have been a tiny little longer or something, but this fit into the slot of a wooden handle, and it was used as a very small cutting tool to help for delicate work, delicate carving work in wood. And how did I almost... Well, looky there. That is pretty darn close. Really darn close to a Folsom point. They were working on... They started that, but for some reason they didn't finish it. Found my Folsom point. Now I'm hoping to find one that's all the way finished and perfect. Well, I'm going to have to go over all of the... What's this here? This almost looks like... Yeah, this definitely looks like a Paleo-Indian spearhead, except the point is missing off it. It's incomplete. Well, I'm going to call this interesting looking, but it's just an accident of nature, that one. I'm guessing I'll only be able to really tell. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Okay. That is a definite point. Yeah. A Paleo-Indian point, or archaic point. Hey! Look, we'll stick it to it. We got two of them. A lance type point and And the other one, the archaic. Yeah. Yeah. I better just keep on what I'm doing here. I thought about going to another area of the beach, but I'll just keep on my path. Because you never know what you're going to find. Okay, that's another tool. It was worked. I don't know what they would use it for, but I know it's another archaic tool. Yep. I don't know. I think I might take a break. I will say this is not an accident. This was a harpoon tip. The reason they left their points thick was to make them strong so they would not break off. Because the game that they hunted then, you have to remember this was 5,000 years ago to 10,000 years ago. Or yeah, between 5,000 and 10,000 years ago. A tip like this would be used on caribou, herd animals. This was all muskeg because of lack of tree species. And this muskeg was called Northumbria, and it stretched all the way out past Nova Scotia. And yeah, this is a point that would have been used on, like I say, caribou or something like that. But yeah, I'll call this. It's not Folsom period. I think it's early to mid Archaic period. I can only guess. One can Google the images and do their homework that way, and then they'll see. I don't know. That could be a breakaway, I think. This isn't a breakaway. This is an actual paleo head, or archaic head. Yeah. A cutting tool for cutting fish or meat. And yeah. Yeah, that's probably one of their little cutting tools. I wonder what they... I don't know what they would have used it for, but this one has a little bit of work done to it. Maybe it's a... well, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Well, that's just a piece of broken piece of kimberlite. Okay. Oh, there's a heavy piece of it. There's so much iron in this. Oh my God. It's heavy, heavy, heavy. Believe it or not, that weighs about 10 pounds, and for something that size, you know, there has to be a lot of iron. And come to think of it, well, from the way it looks, the beginnings of the early Paleo Indian spearhead. They just hadn't, all they had to do was just get, yep, I'll call it an artifact. Okay, now that I can see what's in here, I don't want to walk in the glass. I like these boots. here. That's pretty, yeah. Well, that definitely looks like wow. Yeah, this was an archaic tool. It was an arrowhead. Now, I bet it took a lot of game. Yep. The early Paleo Indians yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of what they, oh my gosh, they had, well, 1,000 years ago, at the head of the Penobscot Stream, or was that the one? Well, they found the Paleo Indian camping. They found caribou, moose, bear, beaver, fish, and a little bit of shellfish. But that was 1,000 years ago. That's interesting. Could have been a cutting tool. But I gotta keep that shape in mind in case I see it anywhere on if I see it in among the archaic tools on the Google images. Oh. Well, I'll just stay away from you, Mr. Crab. Yeah. I don't want to get my finger pinched, no. There you go, hide. I gotta check the time here. Maybe stop long enough for... I wonder what the seagulls are waiting for. They're all relaxing. You're probably wondering what the heck I'm doing here, but that would be a hard one to explain to them. Well, I'm glad I went to the vape. It saves me like hundreds of dollars a month, and it saves on my health.